Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another issue. Please stop. Oh, Mike, what the hell's going on over here? Sorry, I had to shut that down. What's up, everybody? I was a little flustered. Go back to the comments there, Nick. Appreciate you, bro. In case anybody chimes in, there's Dalton. Ayo. And wow, yeah, beat Ashley. Now there's a race every day. All right, anyway, welcome everybody to the show. It is the Chop Sports Daily coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in Matawan, New Jersey. It is Sturch. It is Gooch. The intern Nick is back in the house. Kind of plagued my Rangers a little bit. I think his predictions really, it definitely took a toll. We'll talk about it. Anyway, he's back in the house as well. Tomorrow we'll be rejoined by Madison as well. It's a packed day. It's a packed week for Chop Sports. A lot of stuff going on over here. But first and foremost, if you're watching this show right on the old YouTube, I need you to like the video, okay? Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Yesterday, I actually said to myself, I'm going to say, like the video 17 times. You know how many times I said it? Once. And so that's on me. That's my bad, as they say on the streets. So that's on my
Kyle, you did click the right link. I don't know if we're going to provide the actual content, but we'll talk a little bit about it.
Yes, actually. Oh, wow. I didn't actually put that in the rundown, but definitely interesting stuff. You texted me yesterday about it, and you're like, hey, by the way, there's another one. I was like, another one.
It's becoming difficult to talk about at this point.
It's just too much. You're right. It's too much. It's
like more of the same, but the more there is of the same, the harder it is to accept it.
I don't know. I guess.
But I'm not sure where
I think that there's a lot of people out there that are saying, I think that a lot of it is being swept under the rug and saying like, oh, he's going to get a slap on the wrist. And they're like, hold on, hold that thought,
quite. And you could imagine that the reason why the NFL hasn't acted yet is because they have full awareness of these pending investigations that are taking place.
Kyle actually just said it. The story of the 24th is disturbing. You said the same thing. We'll talk about it in a second. But first and foremost, if you want to support Chop Sports in a monetary way, do so by heading on over to patreon.com/Chop Sports. $3, $5, $10 ways on how to support Chop Sports. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for keeping the lights on at this place. Lots to talk about today as far as like little advancements for Chop Sports. So that $10 is going to get you some seriously cool shit down the line. We're in production with most of this stuff as far as, the ideas we have. We have the ideas with Kyle. We're going to drop by Kyle's mansion next Thursday, I believe that we said that in the group chat. Cap House. So we'll go check out Kyle as well and his setup and operation, pet his cats and all that good shit. Real cats. Anyway, support Chop Sports. We appreciate you as always. We do want to talk about Dat Chat real quick. They're up to about almost 500 members. It is very similar to a Facebook group. It's brand new social media, NFTs, blockchain, all that stuff. It's all there. Go check it out. It's very fun to learn about because I'm starting to educate myself on a lot of things lately. And one of them is the blockchain. I don't want to miss the boat on this. I really don't. If something goes off the deep end and I'm like, well, I would have gotten it, or I should have paid attention to Cliff Kenny's tweets. You know what I mean? Like Cliff is big on this shit. And I see it. He even made
I wonder if I unblocked him from the
Are we going to go back there
Falcons
again?
Loss.
It was like 98.
I think I did unblock him.
But anyway, so get on over to Dat Chat. Those guys are great. Yesterday, we have this thing here. Nobody knows what the hell it is except us. This is what we call a marker. This right here, this is the key to the future of broadcast television, okay? Because what this is going to do, it's going to enable us to literally bring up different kinds of graphics, different kind of
just in real time.
In real time as it's happening.
We're going to be able to do things that are insanely cool live on the stream rather than in post and edit the video.
Correct. And we want to thank Kyle for that lead because he's the one who told Artie, hey, this might not work for my show, but there's a guys over there at Chop Sports. This might actually benefit them. We spoke to him yesterday. We spoke to a whole bunch of representatives. I believe one of them is the creator. One of them is one of the editors. We've talked to Shelly. She was real nice and walked us through the process. So Artie is the way of the future. We're not going to let you in on too many of the secrets because we have it first and nobody else does. So we're at least a very small select have this in the beta stages. So this will actually keep improving as we go. So that's kind of cool too. Yeah. We could talk more about that at the barbecue. You see, I tried to segue the best I could, but this is the Chop Sports first annual barbecue. If you guys want to check it out, drink some beers. It is the Hopefully it's going to be sunny and beautiful and, just a great day for the kids. It's Jimmy Palumbo Bobblehead Day, actually, on that day. So everybody's going to get a Jimmy Palumbo Bobblehead Day.
It's actually hilarious.
It's really funny, actually. I just came up with that myself. Sunday, June the 26th, 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock at Merrill Park in Island, New Jersey. That's right next door to Woodbridge, right next door to Colonia, right next door to everything Central New Jersey. To sign up, be sure, chopsports.events@gmail.com. Please RSVP with the amount of people you're bringing so we know how many 30 racks of beer we need. And like I said, starts with one with me by myself, and then you have to just add after that. So if I were to drink 30 beers in one sitting at a company event, that's it. The company's over. Or at least not only the picnic be over, but like I'm over. Like that's
like that guy is an asshole.
Absolute asshole and or animal. But anyway, yes. So it's first annual Chop Sports Barbecue. We hope you guys enjoy, or I hope you guys just come on down and hang out with Chop Sports.
Shout out to my girlfriend calling another man a king. Good thing I'm very how you say this?
Not competitive?
No, I'm very competitive.
I'm
kidding. Obviously Kyle is my king. All hail King Kyle.
Let's see what Kyle brought up here. I want, what is that? Augmented what? I want augmented reality multicolored graphs on a screen showing how the Packers offense is bottom 10 in the NFL, and another third graph showing Zeke's weight gain week to week. You can get that. You can get that. I actually,
Kyle, you really think the Packers offense is going to be bottom third in the league this year?
I don't. I'm not agreeing. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm just saying that's interesting. Interesting little take ski there by Kyle Kerms.
No, I know, Ash.
Now here we go. But yes, King Artie. Artie is king right now. So very pumped about that. All that stuff. So right before we started, what happened? I missed it.
She definitely doesn't hate pliables. So I don't know where you're getting that from.
I mean, I've never actually have delivered the pliables. Like when I was doing my old delivery job with who but WB Mason. They gave me a free Yankee hat and everything. So right before the show, something happened. Not something happened, but a little breaking news over on the interwebs. I think it was broke by TMZ's very own Jim Slobin on Chop Sports Facebook group. He posts literally every and anything, which again, sometimes is great, but then sometimes it's too much. Like he posted. No.
Keep on posting.
He posted Tom Brady in his underwear yesterday.
Sometimes the posts suck, but it's at least. So look, he posted Tom Brady in his underwear.
And guess what? I know it because he posted it in the Chop Sports, right? Like you're right. It's catch 22.
Exactly.
Double-edged sword.
So we don't want to discourage anybody from posting.
No, you're right.
Keep on posting. I don't give a shit how annoying you are. You choose to look at what you look at. That's it.
Like Jim Tom Brady in underwear.
You better keep posting, bro. Even Tom and his fucking dookies.
Anyway, what he posted was very, very alarming. So apparently there's some news out of the PGA, and I know this is going to really excite Gooch because he's a big PGA guy. Big golfer, right? Apparently, Dustin Johnson will be selling out, okay? He's leaving the PGA Tour. He's leaving the tour, right, to go join the Saudis over in Saudi Arabia because those mother effers have a lot of money. And I knew this already because of what WWE does. They have these massive events over there, right? And they have all these people come over here out of retirement for no reason. Like, they paid Shawn Michaels, who swore to God, and he's a Christian. Okay, he swore to God he would never wrestle again. But he came out of retirement for a tag match with Triple H against Kane and The Undertaker, something you would never see for no reason whatsoever. Why? Because they probably lined his pockets for life. The Saudis got money, and they just paid Dustin Johnson $125 million to come leave the PGA and go play in the, what is it called? The
LIV.
LIV. So brand new.
You know what I have to say?
XFL of golf.
Congratulations to Dustin Johnson. He doesn't have to worry about winning or losing ever again. He gets $125 million. Is it a round of golf? Is it the season?
One event or a league? What is it?
No,
Nick's got this.
It's a contract. So he's getting paid $125 million to play in all of their events.
So so it's like the XFL.
Like typically when you sign a contract, there's a beginning and an end. It's not a lifetime contract, I would imagine, right? So is he got to just play 10 tournaments and he's out, and then he can rejoin the PGA? I think that's what it would be.
I don't know, but $125 million is a lot of money. Speaking of a lot of money, Phil Mickelson has also cashed in on this for $200 million. And then, here's Tim Riley coming in with the comment. Paid $175 million in earnings in his career. He's only made 75 in his whole career, and they just blasted that number, right? But here's the big one. Tim Riley comes in again with this one. We knew this because Nick said it before. They offered Tiger Woods close to $1 billion to play golf. Like, What are we doing here?
The reason why Tiger turned this down, and it's not because I don't think that the offer that Tiger got will be off the table anytime soon. I think what Tiger's turning that offer down is because he can't sever the relationship he has with the PGA Tour. Because
who can't sever?
Tiger.
Why? After they did him pretty dirty after all that shit came out, and then everybody's like drop him off the PGA Tour, and all like then he had to come back.
They didn't drop him off.
I mean, they did for a little while.
No,
and then
he was injured.
I mean, yeah, but they smeared the shit out of his name.
Like Tiger Woods is chasing that.
He dropped him.
He wants that. He wants that Masters. He wants that one more major. And in his head, he thinks that it's possible for him to get it. We saw Phil win late. I know he didn't deal with the injuries that Tiger had, but no, Rob, you cannot post yourself in underwear. But I think
I know he said you can post whatever you want. So
when it comes to Tiger, I think he still has aspirations to maybe make a name for himself in terms of passing. Who is it? He's chasing Jack Nicklaus in terms of the majors. So him leaving is like not him fulfilling his goals. This guy's just chasing the bag. And I think eventually Tiger Woods
going to start chasing the
when
bag.
you see Tiger Woods in the same situation that you saw Shawn Michaels in, like, I'll never do it again. But then they offer him $1 billion. I bet he does it. Why wouldn't you?
It's very interesting how this is all going to play out. All of a sudden, the PGA is like secondary.
It's like, yo, I'll pay you $125 million to come do this activity.
Like he just needs He just needs to, like the LIV or whoever, the Prince of Saudi Arabia, paying all this money. You got to assume that this isn't the end. And if it's 125 for Dustin Johnson, what's the price going to be for some of these other up and comers? You know what I mean? Like this. Where do they get all their money, bro? Like, I'm what have they got gold bars? Like, what the fuck? Like,
oil.
Yeah.
So you're jerk off. So the reason I'm paying $8 a gallon.
Well, let's just.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
There's a lot of.
It could be touched from many different ways. Don't want to do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways. Reasons why oil is high.
Yes,
a lot of reasons.
I feel bad for my boat owning friends. I mean, I don't feel bad. I mean, you own a boat, but like to do it, like. That's what I'm saying. Rob coming in. By the way, Rob, get your ass back here. I'm kidding. Enjoy that time with your son. But does this kill the PGA? This has got to be some kind of cosmic shift here, I would think, because if they got this kind of dough, like, why wouldn't you? Why? What is the PGA going to offer them? Like, oh, we'll give you CBS, compete against the world. Or you can go pay an LIV in like this special super duper tournament play for $125 million.
No, it does. I don't think everybody's getting this offer. It's just this guy, right? So it's Tiger Woods and then him. So we're losing this guy, Dustin Johnson. Is he really that great? How many majors has he won? Right?
Yeah.
Is he the best golfer in the world right now? No, he's a good guy. I shouldn't say he's a good guy. I think reading by some of the comments Kyle put he had a coke addiction. He beat up his wife or something like that.
He was notorious for sleeping with people's wives.
Oh,
so
nice,
maybe
dude.
he's not a good guy, but he's obviously
he's
a good golfer. He's just not the best golfer on the tour. Good for him. He's going to make $125 million. I don't think
now
the PGA
he's
Tour,
going to be able to take that 125 and start bribing other women.
I just don't think the PGA Tour is really at risk of losing anything because Dustin Johnson's gone. It would have been really bad for them if Tiger Woods did it, even though Tiger Woods only golfs once a month, if that.
Yeah,
he's only there in the majors.
I mean, it's interesting. Interesting what it might do to golf. I'll talk to my brother about it.
Look at the dollar amounts that these golf tournaments are giving away. It's like the Buick Invitational on a fucking Tuesday evening.
What is the guy? It's like
Happy 20th runner-up gets $100K.
What did the guy in last get? He gets $4,500. Yeah, well, all right. Where's my check? Well, we don't have any checks. Give me one of them big ones. Big cardboard shit. So anyway,
the PGA Tour, is it even people that like golf for whatever reason? It doesn't matter. It's not exciting as it is. It's not like there's like, wow, look at these superstar golfers. No, people are obsessed with
man,
golf.
You're treading hard here.
I'm treading hard.
There's the guys like my brother out there, like, what a shot! Like he'll get really excited about this shit.
Okay.
And for every one of them, there's more of him.
It doesn't make these guys superstars. They're in their realm. They are stars.
Dustin Johnson has $125 million to say he's a superstar right now. So
fair point. Exactly. I'm not hating on that, but is he out here winning every tournament? Is there any guy right now that's Tiger Woods in golf? That's dominant?
I mean, there's guys that kind of finish top 5 all the time, I guess, maybe top 10. Tell me, you're a golfer. You golf, right?
I do golf.
Yeah. All right. So is there anybody kind of taking the world by storm like Tiger Woods did once upon a time?
Well, it was Colin Morikawa, who's new and up and coming into the golf scene. Had a few major wins this past year, but he has since also joined the LIV. So
it's like the NWO.
Then,
like, who gets a shirt next? Holy shit!
And then Phil Mickelson, who
you can't kill what's already dead.
He also he's getting paid $200 million.
You can't kill what's already dead.
I mean, what are you talking about here?
But then you have apparently they offered they tried to poach Jack Nicklaus to join.
Is he 100?
Yeah, if he left, then now if Jack Nicholson left, if Jack Nicklaus left golf, then it would be really bad for the sport because he's 120 years old.
There he is, Scotty Scheffler. That's my guy. I mean, I've won some money on Scotty Scheffler this year, like top 5 finishes and stuff.
The point that I'm making is there's plenty of talent left in the PGA Tour, right?
For now,
and
this is the first of 3 seeds that they've planted in Saudi Arabia. It's just the beginning. This is what I'm saying. This is going to be a trickle-down effect. 110%.
I mean, it already is.
If you're the 50th ranked golfer in the world and you're struggling to make it on the PGA Tour, you're like, well, if I just talk to my man Prince Saudi over here, maybe he'll give me $25 million to go play some golf.
I just have a hard time. I just have a hard time like thinking that the PGA Tour is in trouble because a couple guys left. I don't know the nature of the sport. I don't think it's like amongst golfers. The point that I'm making is it's not mainstream. You get what I'm saying? So Dustin Johnson leaving for this isn't going to be like, oh, this is terrible for the tour, because the people that like golf are very like adamant about the fact that they like golf. Your brother's not going to be, oh, this is ruining golf because one guy left or even 5. They're looking at it for a different aspect. They enjoy playing. They look for tips. Whatever it is that you people out there like watching golf about, like whatever it is that's entertaining you as far as golf, maybe it's you gamble. You're still going to be able to gamble on it, right? So all the people that watch golf because they bet on
just ask Phil.
They're still going to be able to bet on the golfers. It doesn't really matter who they are, right? They're going to look at the odds and they're going to make their picks based off of that. Dustin Johnson, he'll be back.
I know. The golf slander on this show is just, it's appalling.
It's not even appalling. I'm saying like, it's not the sport that people that don't like golf, like I don't care. I don't watch golf. I don't care if Tiger was golfing or not. I just don't care. Right. So I'm not
company guy over here, folks.
I don't think there's anybody that does care that's looking at this like, wow, they lost 2 guys. I'm done watching golf forever. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. When Michael Jordan left the NBA for baseball, it wasn't like, is this bad for the NBA? It was like, it's actually kind of good for the NBA in some ways because now we don't know for a fact who's going to win. It's like it opens things up a little bit.
Rube's coming in. He's just upset that there's no DraftKings contest for the LIV this weekend coming up. And somebody gave you kudos for this rant. I forgot who. I think it was Danny Grasso came in and said, good rant on golf. Exactly. Tell me without question, Kyle, tell me you guys won't be watching the final round of of whatever that is. What do you say? The PGA, the US Open with your dads on Father's Day. That is a foregone conclusion that me, my brother, my father, along with the kids and everybody else are going to be watching fucking golf. That's just the way it is. It's like a
hey dad, you in here? You in this? Dad, are you watching golf? My dad don't watch golf.
It's a relaxing, competitive sport, especially down the wire. These last 2 tours, I can't believe we're spending this much of the time.
I have a hard time.
The last 2 tours went to a playoff.
If golf is relaxing, then I'm calm
to watch, not to play.
Oh, it's to watch. It's not relaxing. It's actually the opposite. It's like, oh my God, this is so boring. I need to do anything but this.
Dude, you're terrible.
Not relax. I don't relax anyway. You see how I am.
Yeah, no, I see. Today was a rambunctious. We both walked in here pacing like, I'm so everybody was like JoJo, the little Indian boy.
Bro, I've been watching like no limit heads up games of poker a lot. You probably see it on our YouTube algorithm now because we share it, right? I don't know why.
Wait, we share those?
No, I don't share them.
Wait, no. Those like
you're signed into Chop Sports Media and I'm signed into Chop Sports Media, so you're seeing like what? It's
shit.
YouTube. It's YouTube, bro.
What have I searched in the last couple days
on YouTube?
Yes, I searched a lot of stuff on YouTube,
like how to post this episode on Canva. Like, what are you looking up at YouTube, bro?
Just health stuff.
All right,
yeah,
health stuff.
Lack thereof. Health stuff. Anyway, bringing it all around. There's some hockey to talk about. The Colorado Avalanche have dusted the Edmonton Oilers 4-0 in the series. It's over. That's a sweepski, folks. They're done. What happened?
I just want to explain something to Kyle real quick, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
And I was putting this up not as an indication to shut up, just as like I do have something to say eventually here. Yeah. Kyle, it's just based on what I've been doing for the past couple weeks. Is I've been doing a lot of research on how to handicap and come for your fucking title. That's what spawned this comment, right? So I'm watching a lot of poker, and I think what ended up happening was because I'm like reading a lot about handicapping and like how to beat the system and things like that. So
he's reading the counting cards books, like
Google
like
is
Chevy Chase and Vegas
Google
Vacation.
is pumping me with all this gambling shit and the algorithm. I'm coming for the sauce this football season. I'm going head up. I'm going to beat him. I don't mean I'm.
That's a lot of. You better relax, bro. Like,
bro, here's the thing. I'm going to use his tutelage, and like the pupil is always better than the teacher.
Look at AJ. Dave's on YouTube looking up booty. TikTok set Rob's. No, that's on TikTok. I don't need YouTube for that. It's on TikTok because I'm a man and I watch TikTok. Oh my god. What is that? I don't even.
Rube, you're not wrong, bro.
What is that? What is
some sick heads up games?
Oh Christ! But
bro, it changes everything. You're hearing all these guys that you thought were really good at poker for their, and there's like a new wave, and I'll call them like the Rubes of the world that are coming in and taking like the DFS world by storm, and they're knocking out all the old heads.
Bro, the guy gets to go to every
point being is you have like
have
these like Phil Hellmuth, Daniel Negreanu, like the big main World Series.
Kenny Levine.
Guys.
Kenny Levine's really good at poker.
I think someone deleted my comment yesterday, roasting Kenny Levine.
I didn't touch it.
If that was you, bro, you
can't delete a comment.
I think you can under yours. Like if you comment, if you make a post, you could control.
Oh man, so you roasted him and didn't last,
or I didn't hit send. But either way, I owe you one, bro.
Bro, Jimmy Palumbo.
What was I saying anyway, Kyle? Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm weak.
Be at your house Thursday to take all
the
advice I could get on how to handicap football games so I could come for your title.
You know what, Jimmy? You probably missed the beginning of the show. I said to everybody that I took a page right out of your book. I said it was we were talking about the barbecue, and I said it's Jimmy Palumbo Bobblehead Day. All kids 18 and under will get one. Anyway, so the Colorado Avalanche, that's what I was trying to get to, decide to not let the Edmonton Oilers play any more hockey for the rest of the year. This is big news because there has been one stud, right, Nick, that has been under a lot of scrutiny. He couldn't hold the team on his back. We're talking about a Connor McDavid. Everybody and their mother were talking about this guy, but clearly one player is not enough in the sport of hockey, and I know Gooch can attest for this. Go ahead, Nick. What's up on Connor?
It's just, first off, he's put up multiple 100-point seasons in the last few seasons. That is one thing that you can't discredit that man for. And they've put zero talent around him. Like when you're one of your best.
I mean, they got to the Western Conference Finals, so clearly they're a talented team.
But when Mike Smith is your goalie, he's proven that he's not great. And then, but the other thing too, they're saying, he's not this great player. He is 3 points away from averaging 700 points, or not averaging, for having 700 career points by the age of 25.
The fastest probably to get there, right? At that point.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, in any event, I did wish my congratulations. They went in overtime, by the way. Like I said, and I tried to explain yesterday. Did you watch the show yesterday? You can be honest. Did you watch the show yesterday?
A little bit.
Okay, he's lying. What I'm saying is there was a moment where I said, like, there's not like the Stanley Cup is the hardest trophy to win in all of sports, and I firmly believe that. But like, is there a better rush than an overtime goal clinching Eastern Cup? That reminded me of Matteau from '94, man. Like the Matteau goal in overtime against the Devils. Like I'm looking at an overtime goal in Colorado, just a phenomenal scene. It's awesome. Did you hear by any chance the hot mic, or not hot mic, but the guy in the box? What was his name?
I forget who.
They're doing a replay, right? And I forget. I think he said it like this. He's like, whoa. He's like explaining the replay. Like, I guess there was like a replay of something. And I think he said, well, shit, right? Or something. What did he say?
It was the replay of the
final goal,
right? Because they were debating whether or not it was a high stick, because it kind of looked like it. It looked like his stick was over the what's it called? Looked like he was over.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of high stick.
He was like, I think he was just like, all of a sudden he was just like, oh shit, and then he was like, oh my bad.
Yeah, he like,
no, don't worry. There's only 26 people watching. We're good. That's what the guy told him. He's like, no, don't worry. There's nobody watching.
Anyway, congrats to the Avalanche. They're going to the finals. Hopefully, the New York Rangers will get there eventually. Like it's going to be, we're getting there. It's Game 4 goes down tonight, 8:00, ESPN. I will continue to bash ESPN's coverage because they are garbage, and it's just there's not good coverage. They're like to bring Steve Levy to talk hockey, and I know he pitches it out to like Messier and like
they said about Barry Melrose.
Yeah, I've heard him. I think he picked the Rangers in 7. if I'm not mistaken. But in any of no, maybe he picked I don't remember. But all I know is tonight's a big game. And the reason why I say it's a big game is because this will definitely dictate the rest of the series. In a 3-game set, I don't care who's home, you would take the Lightning, right? In a 3-game set. So if the Rangers can get it done tonight and steal one in Tampa Bay, then they could put the foot on the throat in 2 nights and end this bitch in the Garden. That's the ideal situation right now. Do I think the Rangers are in favor of, and why did you put Tampa underneath me, by the way? What was that all about? You should have definitely switched it.
I'm pretty sure Tampa's home.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Well,
I don't want the Lightning like right here.
If you've looked at the graphic the last 3 days, they've been in the same spot. Like I'll switch.
I guess maybe I'm just in a mood. I'm in a game mood. Like I don't want to see Tampa.
Every single time there's the home game, the home team is second.
All right,
sports,
fair.
Dave.
But it's sports. But anyway, so yes, the game goes down tonight. I truly hope that the Rangers can put the foot on the throat tonight and just kind of give a little bit of this angst and anxiety. You never really want to feel the way you felt after game 3. And not only losing, but just playing a piss poor game. So keys to victory tonight. Obviously, Igor's got to do his thing. That goes without saying. Just no more lazy passes. Get the puck out of the zone. Clear it when you need to clear it. Get somebody in front of Igor.
Clear it.
Exactly. See, I know you like that one. You can reference that one. But just overall, and somebody just put a body on Stamkos. Just put a body on him.
Clear it, but just watch out for that icing.
I want to say, though, that goal that he scored in that game was an absolute piss rocket of a shot. You can't, like, I
think it came off 95 miles an hour, if not faster.
I was like the fact that he could do that one time and everything is just, it's unbelievable to watch. What?
I'm just fucking around because I don't know what to say.
Clear it.
Clear it.
Anyway,
yeah,
we need to win. I won't be in Tampa, sadly. I'm very surprised at you, Rube. You went to Carolina, but go to the clincher and call me, bring me. Game 5.
Are you gonna go to Edmonton? Is that where the game is?
What are you talking? They just got swept.
Oh,
Colorado. So you would love Colorado.
Wait, what?
You would love Colorado. It's like the cannabis capital of the world.
So I could smoke weed right in New Jersey, Dave.
I'm just saying,
Colorado
it's originated. But in any event,
a lot of mountains and walking.
I'm pretty sure. Good. The Cowboys mug is on top of it. Yeah, it's actually. If anybody's never actually seen what this mug says, it says, "Hold on to the ball, asshole." Okay, that's a quote that me and my boy Dom have used of time and time again. Every time the Cowboys go back for a punt, just like every time. Hold on to the ball, asshole. But anyway, so game 4 tonight. It's got to happen. I'm pretty sure Sean was tipsy and or drunk during his playing of his band, the 3rd of July last week. Pretty sure I said, man, I would kill to go to a home game, but maybe we won't even get there, right? Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure Sean said, I'll take you to game 5 if it gets there. He might not remember it. I might remind him of it. And it goes down Thursday, I think, because we only need 1 day off in between. We don't need 7 like the NBA. Just had to dig at that one more time. Yeah, all right, let's go Rangers. Get it done. Let's fucking go. That's why I wear the shirt on game day, baby. Let's go.
In the offseason when they were setting up the NBA schedule and all the players petitioned to have there be more rest in between games?
What?
That was like the players that did that, right? Like the players decided we should have more. No, they didn't.
Oh,
tired of it.
Yeah, go to bat for those NBA stars. Definitely. All right. Anyway, speaking of stars, speaking of bags, speaking of securing the bag, we were talking about $125 million before to play golf. How about, I don't know, $95 million to play football? Donald becomes the highest paid non-quarterback ever. $95 million over 3 years of renegotiation, and the Rams take care of their guy. And that's look, this is what needed to be done. He was never like, there was contemplation of retirement. I think that was just like a little bit of like, not coaches speak, but like, or player speak, like, it might be right. Agent speak. Speaking of agents, who got him this money?
My boy Kanye in the building. We had a conversation last week, and Dave, you were like, how is that going to work? And I'm like, well, we'll find out soon. He's got Jaylen Brown. Now he just set a record for the highest paid non-quarterback ever in the NFL. And obviously, we all know that it's not Kanye West walking in there and negotiating with.
Do you think he comes in speaking auto-tune?
Right.
Yeah, Donald, some money. It's like, who is this and why?
But he has a good team of lawyers that are going in there, and obviously, it's not Jay-Z negotiating for Rock Nation.
Yeah.
It's just a smart thing, and I think that Donda Sports is on the come up, as you can see. Aaron Donald getting $90 billion to play interior line. That's crazy to me. You don't really see defensive tackles get this kind of money, but he is a generational guy. You see what's going on with the receiver over there, though?
Well, it's funny. This deal got done basically verbally over the weekend because they're all hanging out at McVay's wedding. So Sean McVay, sorry, ladies, he's off the market. He's married now. And he listen, this was discussed. So I guess they were like, hey, listen, let's get this shit done, right? You want to play? All right. Bro shake, right?
Yeah,
and
there
we're
was
out.
no chance that Aaron Donald wasn't playing for the
But you know who wasn't invited? Odell Beckham Jr. You know who went anyway? Odell Beckham Jr. He crashed a wedding. Legendary. I'm sorry. That's awesome.
But it was like
yeah.
There had some stipulations attached to it. So Sean McVay said, yeah, you're not coming to my wedding. If you do crash the wedding, make sure you're signing with the Rams if you do show up. Odell showed up, but I think it was imminent at this point. The Allen Robinson signing made me feel like there was a possible chance that Odell is gone. But now when I'm looking at it, Odell's looking to probably sign a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. The Rams are going to offer him that with nothing in this season and then probably a ton of money in the second one.
Are you seeing that receiving core on paper right now?
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson, possibly Odell Beckham Jr., and by the way, a guy named Van Jefferson.
So like the curious thing about this situation is, the Rams are obviously in peril when it comes to their salary cap. And Kyle was talking about in 3 or 4 years, they're going to be completely handcuffed and not going to be able to do anything.
They are. This is the window, but they won Super Bowl.
They won a Super Bowl. They have a chance to really repeat. And people were saying that 2 years ago, and then they've kept on doing it. Like they've been in hell. They've absolutely been in hell.
The cap is a myth, so that's why nobody actually cares about the money.
I don't want to get too in-depth about why I know the cap is a myth and what you could keep on doing, but I just don't foresee them being in a situation that's any different now as long as they're able to remain decent at football.
You know what it is, though? I mean, like all these guys on the outsides, and we're talking about salaries and if they're in hell or not, they don't have a running back that makes a shit ton of money, right? It's just a bunch of these rookie deals. Akers and I think they had Sonny Michel last year. So it wasn't like they're not paying a lot of money. Tyler Higbee is not making a lot of money. He's their tight end one.
No,
right?
but they're able to do
Where the hell's their money? Ramsey?
They're able to do things. And like if you saw last year, it was like week 6, right before the trade deadline, and they traded their starting middle linebacker to, I want to say it was the Titans. Maybe either the Titans or the Texans. The Rams traded their starting middle linebacker off their team, and they're like, what are they doing? And this is what they're doing. It's like the next week they sign Odell, they sign everybody that was possibly able to be signed in any given season. The Rams are in on it.
They did lose Von Miller. I mean, if that's a thing, and you guys want to take stock into that, so that money is being allocated elsewhere, like giving all this money to Mr. Donald.
But what happened in the offseason, they also gave Stafford the extension. They're going to have to pay Cooper Kupp soon. They gave Allen Robinson money.
Cooper Kupp is going to make some stupid money.
They lost Von Miller, but I'm pretty sure that they brought in somebody different, no?
I don't remember. But what's up?
Well, no, I was going to say, I think the reason why they had all that money to spend was because they traded Ogletree to the Giants a few years ago when he was
that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons,
right?
But it's the type of shit that they keep on doing. Yeah. Obviously they're playing this like it's a video game. You ever ran franchise mode? They don't have they had 1 pick this year.
Fuck them draft picks. That's what they say. They don't need that shit.
Wasn't even in the first 2 days.
So yeah, Odell crashes the wedding. What else we got in the NFL here? Jimmy G was excused. You can bring up the other graphic without this guy. Jimmy G. What's that?
I was going to answer Kyle's question, but I've done it so many times in the past.
What's the question?
How can we say the cap is a myth when the Cowboys just released 8 players or something like that?
Well, all I'm saying, so maybe there's like it's like a situation where like the Cowboys are trying to be squeaky clean and follow all the rules, and the Rams are like, I don't give a shit.
No, there is.
Maybe that's
the Rams are following all the rules. What it comes down to is the Rams are better, right? They're in a better position to do this, and they have more players that are willing to buy in on this aspect of things. If the Cowboys were in the similar situation to the Rams, which they are in terms of the finances go, but you would imagine, you think looking at the teams on paper, obviously one coming off a Super Bowl, the Rams would have tried to do something different with Cooper rather than trade him. They would have probably tried to give him a ton of money on the upfront and it not count towards the cap. And that's what they would have done, right? They're doing things different.
So they're being cap wizards, and then the Cowboys are being old school.
The cap isn't a myth unless you decide to make it one. But you also need to have a competitive team, and you need to have guys that are buying in on that competitiveness, where they're going to be willing to take these restructured deals over and over again.
Right. So I was saying before, Jimmy G was excused from OTAs. I mean, that trade market, it's not being fired up enough. I don't really understand. I don't understand why people haven't, like, if they're going to make a move on a quarterback, what is the holdup? I think Jimmy G might be just stuck there now. Like, because if nobody's made a move yet, what are we waiting for? Somebody to go down? You know, does a starting quarterback in the NFL have to get hurt in order for somebody to be like, well, there's Jimmy G for a 4th round pick. We could probably do that. You know what I mean? Like, what's the holdup here? Is he a bad guy?
The holdup is
banging porn stars too much. What is Jimmy G doing where he can't play on a team?
To me, the holdup is teams right now.
They're not going to release Jimmy.
Teams right now know that the 49ers don't want Jimmy G on their team, right? But the 49ers don't want him so bad that they're going to dismiss his value. There is value in a good quarterback that's gotten, I think, a 700 win percentage in the NFL in all of his starts. There's value there. I don't care what anybody says, right? He does have his things that hold him back in terms of him being able to pass the ball down the field, deep ball, all that stuff. But he's smart. He's a winning quarterback, and he has a good command of the offense. Whether it's a good offense or not, he has a good command of it. The 49ers they went on record and said he's too good of a player to just cut. So that's not going to happen.
I believe that
and there
too.
is value when you have a young quarterback in Trey Lance, right? Jimmy G knows the system. So if something goes wrong, he's going to be running the ball a lot. It just might not work out. There is value to keep Jimmy G around. Him not coming to camp indicates to me that they definitely are still trying to move him because he's not voluntarily skipping. It's like they're giving him the excuse.
Yeah, I'm just checking on something real quick.
Salary?
Yeah, because I'm just very curious to know. Like, I'm looking at Rube's comment, and he's like, why pay him $17 million to be a backup? And he's saying he's only a $1 million dead cap hit. That can't be right. That can't be right. But I'm gonna look right now.
Well, I would say that
because if that was the case, then he'd be gone already.
I would say that if they weren't in a situation where they were a really good team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it makes sense. Like if they were going to be bad no matter what, then I would be like, yeah, you know what, get rid of him because that money doesn't. But if you add up the 2 quarterback salaries, Trey Lance is on his rookie deal, so that's why you're able to do it.
Wow, he doesn't have a guaranteed deal right now.
That's why you're able to do it.
He has 20. That would be a $1.4 million dead money, but they would save $25 million if they cut him right now. So what is the holdup, James? All right, Rube's right. You're right. I'm seeing this. I don't know the holdup. Then maybe they look. The NFL, they're not stupid. These people that run these teams, they're not dumb. They realize that they're just going to wait back and see. But then the Niners, who are right now, if I'm looking at this, they have $4.7 million in cap space, right? So they can afford Jimmy G. It's just a shitty number to be a backup, right? But they can afford. They're not pushing the limits here. They can afford to keep him.
Everybody will talk like this now. If it's week 3 and Trey Lance gets hurt,
then you got
Jimmy G to bring in, then it's going to be like, wow, the 49ers are really smart for doing that. It might not be smart in the end if they Yeah, of course they want to trade.
That's what I'm saying. Rube's coming in there trying to trade him. Yeah, but where's the suitor? Where's the team coming up, ponying up? The Niners can't expect like a 2. They got to settle for a 3 or later. There's no way. Maybe multiple 3s will get it done, but a 2 for Jimmy G, no shot.
No more than a 3.
The question I want to ask you too is, now, if you were the new Washington Commanders, would you have traded for Jimmy G or continue to go through and make that deal for Carson Wentz?
So basically, if they knew Jimmy G was on the market, would you have? I would have 100% went for Jimmy G over Carson Wentz.
I don't understand, because if they just waited a little bit, could have gotten.
You're looking at a league that you can't wait. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can't. These are the things that you got to make these decisions right now because teams are moving and they're moving and they're moving and they're moving. Teams like the Cowboys have to, or even teams that are in cap situations, they're looking years ahead right now. So if I'm the Commanders, you can't wait. So you had to pull the trigger. If you wanted to change your quarterback and not go with Tyler Heineken in 2022, you had to make the move. I don't agree with the move. I don't think Carson Wentz is any good, but
it was a terrible move to trade for Wentz. Whatever they gave
I agree.
Up, it was too much.
I agree.
They would have cut him. So for that reason, it's a terrible move.
Tim Riley coming in asking if it's a done deal that Lance is starting. I think that's the thing.
I would say
that's
indicating that the 49ers said you don't have to come to minicamp or whatever it is, then yeah, that's indicates that he is not the starter anymore.
Right. I don't want to get into too much detail, all right, with this next topic that I'll bring up real quick. But you did bring up, and I didn't even write it down in the rundown. We just kind of brought it up in passing. You texted me about it yesterday. But this Deshaun Watson thing, it's hard to just ignore it because now it feels like where everybody and their mothers thought that this was going to be a thing that Roger Goodell just kind of sat on and said, you know what, all right, here's your 6 or here's your 8 or here's your whatever. nothing was happening. So I feel like a lot of these other women who are coming forward right now, Deshaun Watson, are saying, no, we're gonna get this done because here's 23 and here's 24. The Watson stuff's never gonna stop. You said that he would go onto the exempt list. Now, when you say that, you said that yesterday in a text that he could possibly go on the exempt list. Does that just mean he's what? Like, for the exempt list never really made sense for me. Does that mean you're untouchable? Or,
no, well, it just means that you get paid at the time, but you can't do anything. Right?
Yeah, but I don't know about that. I can't. Listen, how much of a
my
asshole
point
does
is, my
Goodell
point
look like
is,
if he
my
does
point
that?
is, as these things come out, it's not saying that you get put on the exempt list with a pending suspension. So it's just like, now shut it all down. Like, he's not allowed to go do anything yet until we figure this all out. That's what the exempt list means.
then maybe that makes sense.
Yeah. So when I said the exempt list, I'm not saying that as like a good thing for Deshaun Watson. Like that would be very bad.
Yeah,
for
Rube
him
said
right
the same
now.
thing. He's awaiting suspension when you're on the exempt list. That's correct. Bailey coming in. What's up, buddy? Dude had the most famous porn star at his house this week.
I don't know if that was this week. I think that's just making its rounds again.
But even if like you got to
So
you got to get out of the media
so to get
somehow.
we're not going to talk about the graphicness or how it actually.
You can
all went down,
Google
but
it.
You can
It
just
ain't
go on
pretty.
any of the big major
reading it right
sports
now.
websites are. It's pretty crazy.
And there's Cash App receipts and
That's
everything,
the
right?
thing. So there could be a bunch of
Oh,
hearsay,
boy.
and I know that when you have these types of situations, there is a lawyer that's out there seeking these people out, seeking potential victims out.
Yeah, right.
So seeking out those victims might mean that if there's a compensation involved, and it's like, look, we're suing for this much. Did this ever happen to you? You know, there could be some of that. But when you have 24 of those, and then now Cash App receipts, you have text messaging friends saying, like, detailing what happened. If those things are all present, like the lawyer is saying, then you have Rusty Harden saying crazy shit. And I know that he may have meant it in jest, but where is your tact? Where is your couth? You can't say there's nothing wrong with a happy ending and then try and spin it and say, like, no, I meant like with the whole situation, like nothing bad happens to Deshaun.
Oh,
Like,
so that's the happy
get the
ending.
fuck out of here, bro. We're talking about a masseuse situation here with happy endings, and you're gonna make a joke like that. It's just so. It just
bad
doesn't-
taste,
to
man.
me, it's in bad taste. You're defending this guy, and you're making those jokes. Rusty Harden is the same lawyer that defended Roger Clemens in
Really?
he's like a famous sports lawyer. Yeah, you know him if you saw
Super.
him.
We know, yeah, James Rube came in something. We definitely knew this already, that the Browns, they knew this shit was going to go down. They absolutely knew this stuff was going to happen. So they structured it in a way where he wouldn't lose a lot of money if suspended for a whole year.
I think the NFL
which
is
is
not going to like
bullshit.
that. You know, like the NFL
Right.
might be like, okay, so 2 years then, or
Can they
never
find
again,
him?
or never again. Like if Ray Rice never played football again because of what he had was on camera, nowhere near as egregious as what the fuck is supposedly happening with Deshaun Watson. Like, this motherfucker should be in jail. I don't want to hear about civil suits. You know what I mean? Like, point blank,
Agreed.
period. If there's no evidence, I get it. You can't put him in jail. But is it not evidence if you have 24 of them? And like the
It was
details
evidence
of
when
the
he had
Cash App
5
receipt.
of them.
Now the 23rd accuser, it was equally as disturbing to me because it was like he was dealing with a pimp, and the pimp was a woman that was setting up the massages. And
It's an NFL quarterback.
Yeah,
with
this
the
is-
shield. With the shield, Roger. Come on, man. You suspended Zeke for 6 games and he didn't even do anything. How do you not just say, you know what? Fuck this guy. We're done.
And
like,
really,
what are we doing here?
It's
Are you
starting to
worried
make
about
Baker,
something else,
it's
Roger?
starting to make Baker Mayfield look less petty because he's probably like, look at the motherfucker that they replaced me with. Now I know Baker sucks at quarterback, but he's like, you know, what the fuck? I'm not out here-
Baker's like, that's cool. I'm gonna start this year. Fun times. That's what it is.
Yeah. And no, Jimmy.
And no, just calm down over there. This is why we chose to do this on a Tuesday.
The thing that I just I don't understand is like it says, I'm not going to get into all the graphic details, but it says that this masseuse in the 24th claim that came out quit massage massage
Quit the
therapy
job right
entirely.
away.
Like, was not going back. Like, he's
ruined the life.
He's ruined people's lives and careers.
What are
and
we
they're
doing here?
They're doing nothing about it. This is why I don't understand how.
If
Well,
Roger
they're not
Goodell
doing it.
has any fucking nuts, he'll just do this. He'll just get rid of this clown show and be done with it. This is the
Can't they
reason
just
why
kick
you're
the
in this.
Browns out of the league too?
Fine.
I like that idea.
You kick the shit out of Cleveland. Who cares? Because
Like,
they're just
what
not
were they
relevant
thinking,
ever.
bro. Like, they didn't do any due diligence on this.
That's what I'm saying. And not only that, bro. Not only that, they gave him the biggest, highest guarantee ever. Ever. You telling me that they did that at 22 victims? So they're like, nah, It's only what's the worst that can happen? 23? Oh, fuck. That's only 23. Here comes 24.
Now, there's also a shred of this where I think that there was a lot of these potential women that were completely okay with doing it. And now that there's money involved, and it's like, well, no, I didn't like that. That could be possible as well. But it doesn't mean that all of them were. And if one wasn't okay with it, and like but
that's what I'm saying. You say one. There's other guys in the league that have done less with one person.
I don't want to.
I'm not compared to Zeke. I'm saying everybody.
I'm just saying forget about every other situation. This is crazy. Forget it. There's nothing ever that's happened is comparing to this outside of maybe the Big Ben situation, but even that wasn't like this. It was like very different.
That was he shed. Yeah, can't say that.
Very equally disturbing details, but the details were murky because it's not really like factual. It's opinion.
And back then there weren't receipts, there weren't texts, there weren't screen grabs, there weren't all that shit.
If there was like a massage and a cash and like a date and said, look, this was the day, and then like all of a sudden she stopped getting paychecks from the job that day, and there's a Cash App receipt from that day, then I don't know what the fuck we're actually discussing here.
That's it, Scoop. Point blank, period. That's it. You had your chance to be a star, a superstar in the NFL. You blew it by being a little hornball. That's your problem. That's your problem. And if you have a problem, which I know there's people out there and there's classes for this and there's meetings for this kind of shit. If you have that problem, go seek help. Go seek help. But do not play professional football. It just doesn't happen. I'm done with it.
Don't let Mia Khalifa dunk on you in your living room on a fake hoop either. It's a bad look.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a bad fucking look.
Holy shit, man. This guy sucks. You know who doesn't suck? Michael Fusco. As I move on to the Michael Fusco Insurance Agency, guys. I know this is a terrible transition, and he's not going to help you get out of any kind of sticky situations on a personal level, but he will help you with your insurance, retirement, and wealth planning. Are you guys worried about running out of money in retirement? Well, don't be. Because here is Michael Fusco. A comprehensive retirement plan gives you security and greater control over your money. Michael Fusco can help you guys. As president of the Fusco Insurance Agency, Michael can work with you to create a comprehensive retirement plan. He'll explore using life insurance and annuities to help you build a more secure future, unlike Deshaun Watson, so you can worry less now. Call 718-701-5787 to schedule your complimentary consultation. That's 718-701-5787. Guarantees and protections are subject to claims paying ability of the issuing company. Some insurance policies are not available in all states. And I'm assuming that you just don't have your Manscaped read again, but that's okay because it's very simple because this month is my month, and that's all those dads out there's month. It's the Father's Day package. Tell them about a gooch.
So head on over to manscaped.com. Use the promo code CHOPSPORTS. You receive 20% off anything on the website with free shipping worldwide. It comes equipped with basically every product that we've ever talked about on this show. So if it's your first time tuning in, it comes with the 400K LED lit lawnmower 4.0, so you could navigate through your disgusting taint jungle. It comes equipped with the crop shaver 2.0. It's got an ear and nose hair trimmer. It's got all of the rubs and lotions that you might need to shave your butt.
Looks good, right? Looks good. Used it the other day. Got my
great.
hairs out.
Don't ever do that to me again. Make me look up your fucking nose in the middle of a.
It could have been a lot worse.
So it could have been a lot worse.
Bro, you got to see how good this thing is.
So head on over to manscaped.com and use the promo code CHOPSPORTS. Free shipping.
All worldwide. All right. Anyway, a lot of hostility going around these parts. And it's not really hostile. It's just like it's just a tired situation at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just knock this shit off, get rid of this clown, and that's it. Happy Father's Day month, Chris. Go to the room.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, boy. Deshaun Watson's getting Kellen Winslow vibes. Well, didn't he get in trouble? Winslow. Didn't he get in trouble for like jerking off in public or something? Something like that, right? Got caught in a car. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Nick. He's about to I'll Google it. No, don't worry about that one. Anyway.
Well, we're going to.
What?
We're going to get a little bit about the Mets here.
Oh, right now, as a matter of fact, because yesterday, for the first time in this season, and what feels like forever, I can't remember the last one who's done it, but Eduardo Alfonso.
There's definitely been there's definitely been a cycle this season. 100%.
No, really?
Yes.
Huh. I don't remember that. But I do. Is it Eduardo Alfonso? Is that his name? How close is it to Edgardo Alfonso? Didn't the Mets have the same guy? It's not the same guy, obviously, but like maybe some relation. I don't know. But anyway, big time game yesterday. I saw him chugging around there, baby, for a 3-bagger to complete the cycle. Everybody on that team is excited. You know, it's funny because Rube tagged me in a tweet today, And he said that, I think the Mets are like 15-3 or 13-5 or something crazy without Max Scherzer, right? And I said that Rube said that he's not worried when he went down.
Yeah, I was it's definitely not Alfonso, and I was trying to think of the name.
Escobar.
Eduardo Escobar, yeah.
I'm an asshole. So I was thinking about Edgardo Alfonso. See, that's how long my brain goes back. I'm talking 2000s Mets. I think he was a third baseman, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, I literally wrote that on the rundown. Eduardo Alfonso. I combined two players.
Sure he was second base.
Alfonso?
Yeah, and he played for the Mets. And the Giants.
I don't remember the Giants, but I definitely remember the Mets.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Park's closed. I screwed that one up. But anyway, hits for the cycle. That's only the 11th in Mets history as far as cycle is concerned. But yeah, I mean, this Mets team has been able to continue to win games despite all the bullshit. But we said it before, the MLB has not been short on some of these headlines.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking about the Mets. Why don't I talk about Max?
Off the field stuff, this MLB season has been nothing short of amazing. Now, I'm not sitting here. The Max Scherzer story, I think it's a non-issue.
He said it was a non-issue.
It's a non-issue. He got bit by his dog. Now, when they say bit by his dog, I don't think he was like attacked. It was like a
no.
nibble.
He said that his dog just recently had some kind of surgery.
Yeah, yeah.
And he went to
I also got attacked by my cat
with it.
for the same reason. But besides the point,
cats are
it's a non-issue. He's got an injury that he's not able to throw with anyway, so it's not going to affect his rehab. He's going to be fine.
Well, he said it was his throwing hand.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying
he's not throwing now anyway, is he?
I don't think he's resumed those.
So
right.
By the time everything works out, it's like a little nick, no big deal. But everything else that's happened, the Tommy Pham, Jock Peterson thing. The what else we got, Dave?
The Jock Peterson. Oh, also, I definitely want to. And Kyle's coming in. If you don't have the Mets power rank number one, first of all, power rankings are lame unless the Yankees are number one. Then you must be on hard narcotics. Look, I don't know. I mean, all right, without getting into some heated bullshit, right now. Who right now is the better team? The Yankees or I'm not talking about the standings. I'm talking about just overall constructed June. What is it? 7th. Right now, who's the better team? Yankees or the Mets? Try to take your bias out of it.
I don't have to. I think the Mets have a better roster than the Yankees. No question about it. I think because they're set up better. Like the Mets are set up as to where they don't have to make a single move and they're going to get real life reinforcements
injected into their veins.
Real life ones.
Those guys
like the Yankees right now, they're Stanton's banged up a little bit. Like the Mets have weathered a lot of their injuries as they get guys back. If they could stay healthy, it's like they don't really have to make moves. The Yankees right now, we're looking at things and it's like, okay, which of these guys are we going to have to replace? And are we going to be the ones to go out and spend the money? The Yankees aren't making moves the way the Mets are in terms of cutting Cano and spending $38 million of dead money. The Mets are showing to me right now that they are all in on this season. I had a little dust up with Rube on Twitter yesterday because
you were on Twitter.
It's something about
did you promote the show?
Mets not wanting Aaron Judge. The Mets not wanting Aaron Judge, and it says, "Tell me why the Mets don't want Aaron Judge." And he said, or won't have Aaron Judge, because we don't want him. Like, that's not true. You'd fucking take Aaron Judge in a heartbeat. And that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't matter if you want him. If Steve wants him, Uncle Stevie wants him, he's gonna make a push for him.
Uncle Steve wants anything right now.
That's the type of ownership they're dealing with right now. I think that there's this underlying feeling amongst Yankee fans that the Yankees are gonna fall apart at some point. Because we look at it and the optics are like, okay, the batting averages aren't there. They're pitching out of this world. You would imagine that because they're pitching a little above their heads, that might come back down to reality as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the Mets, while they're kind of struggling a little bit pitching, they're going to get all these guys back, right? Yeah. Bassett hasn't been himself, but Bassett's being asked to be the ace right now.
He's about to be this week because
when he's the number 4 starter, things become a lot easier for him.
See, Rube, it's hard to think you're not trolling here. He said he wouldn't trade Marte for Judge right now when he's not trolling.
I mean,
but Marte's having a great year too.
So
he's not having a Judge year, but he's having a great year.
He's trolling in the sense of like he's saying, "Oh, we don't want him," and it's like, well, why? If you say like that was the question. It said, "Why don't you want Aaron Judge?" Why won't he be a Met? Because we don't want him. Well, that's not really answering it. It's like, why?
You could just say we don't need him.
Why don't you want him? You don't need Aaron Judge, but let's be real. Aaron Judge is arguably the best hitter in baseball right now, all around in terms of average and power. You could make the case, no question about it.
Speaking of Aaron Judge, he does have a arbitration hearing scheduled for June 22nd. So that's 15 days from now. He's going to get in front of how does arbitration work again? Like in total, it's just it's him, it's the Yankees, and it's somebody in the middle, right?
This whole thing is embarrassing.
It is embarrassing because the fact that the Yankees offered $17 million and Judge wanted 21, you couldn't meet him $4 million more. You had a nickel and dime this shit.
Well, they're gonna have to.
I would never root for Judge to leave.
$35 million a year now.
That's what I'm saying. I would never root for Judge to leave. But guess what? Yesterday's price is not today's price. And today's price, matter of fact, is not going to be the price to pay when September, October runs around and we're either in the playoffs, in the World Series, whatever we're doing with this team. Come November, you might lose this guy because you cheaped out. The Yankees should be
desperate to sign Aaron Judge.
I would sign him today.
Desperate.
Like today before the game.
Like, say what you want.
Aaron, come on in.
I would say pick your number. Here's $1 million more a year.
Like Judge, I don't feel like Judge is that kind of guy where he's going to be like, I need this, right?
He absolutely is that kind of guy.
No, he's not. Because
I don't think so.
I don't think so,
he
dude.
He is now.
Well, it's not that
you have to understand.
It's not that he is.
You have
now.
to understand. Fuck what Aaron Judge is the type of guy of. He's got people in place that he's going to pay a lot of money to do this job for him. He doesn't have to say anything. He doesn't have to be any type of guy, right? But his agents are going to be that guy. No question about it, especially after they lowballed him now. I would be 100%.
Rube Company, Yankees are poor. They can't pay Judge, split admission doubleheaders, cancel games late so they get some food and beverage money.
It's true.
They're not poor.
But it's the way they're carrying themselves late.
That's piss poor.
It's poor.
Logically, and
all I heard for fucking season after season in the offseason was, we got to save money for Judge. Where is it?
They did.
How come they didn't give it to him yet?
Because they're cheap. I'm not gonna say they're poor, but I'm also not gonna say that they're doing things the right way right now. You had a chance.
I'm not happy about.
You had a chance to secure this guy for the rest of his baseball career, right? Because even if you gave him a 10-year deal right now, how old is he? Is he almost 30? He's 30. So this will put him out at 40.
You got to give him a 6
So if you give him a 6-year deal and he's 36, guess what? He's coming back for more after that, and it's not going to be as crazy. But you got to get it done right now, now. Before they take the field tonight, I would be like, yo, Aaron, step into my office. Here's your blank check. Fill it out, bro. You're having yourselves a banger of a year. And that's it. You sign him. Done. What are we waiting for? And I say we because I can do that. Because the Yankees are pissing me off right now. But again, can't take away the fact that they have the best team in baseball, best record in baseball, despite the low averages. They have a great pitching staff, better than the Mets right now because the Mets don't have their guys. That's the only reason why they're better than the Mets. But I'm just saying, like, this, it's insane, man. It's insane how they haven't paid this guy yet, and how 2010 Yankees, Elon Musk, 2022 food stamps. I mean, and what happened in 2009? They won the goddamn whole thing, right? They had Teixeira money. They had A-Rod was getting paid out the ass. They had Jeter making fucking $22 million a year, whatever the fuck he was making. They had all these guys making all this money, and now, old man, boss man dies. You got a whole new regime in there. It's like pulling teeth trying to get some talent. And you sitting there and now Andujar's out there saying, I want out. Do you blame this guy? He should be playing every day.
Well, he should,
over the pieces of garbage that we're trying out there.
He should be playing every day, but he should be playing over Joey Gallo right now.
I don't playing over Hicks too.
Here's a theory though. I was talking to my dad about the Yankees the other day. We both think that they're going to continue to play Gallo and Hicks to hope that they have a little bit of better numbers going into June at the end.
The trade deadline.
Trade deadline.
Nobody's trading for those guys.
Hicks is on a team-friendly deal though, and Gallo's only under contract.
Imagine being a baseball GM right now. Imagine being a baseball GM right now and saying, like, who can we poach from the Yankees? Let's go get Gallo. That ain't happening. Neither is Hicks. They're not going anywhere.
First of all, you know who the Mets would probably love to take Gallo right now. I think that Gallo needs to be out of New York Yankees.
That's what I'm saying. Right there. Said my point.
Even when we're talking about what are you getting out of Gallo, even if he has a hot month, right? He's a career.
If he has a hot month, he'll still be batting 205.
He's a career 211 hitter.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
211.
You knew who you were getting when you brought in Joey Gallo. He had a Gold Glove or two. He's getting, right? So you're like, he's going to feel some good balls out there.
If you're looking to trade for a guy like Gallo, you wait until he gets DFA'd and then you sign him. Because that's what's imminent.
He ain't gonna get DFA'd because of the money they spent on him.
And I'm the type of person that everybody knows this. I give people a chance in baseball more so than anything. Because if you're batting 130, then you're gonna bat 260 if your career average is 210. You know what I mean? Like it usually ends up that way. But I feel like Gallo is just playing himself out of the league at this point.
There it is. The Sauce Network will trade for Hicks. I could use a guy to handle my customer service. Well, there you go. He goes from playing for the Yankees to working at the Cap House. So, and probably actually be appreciated more there than he was with the Yankees, because right now they're both piss poor. They both stink, and it's hard. I feel like Jimmy Palumbo when I say that, but it is what it is, man. It is. There's one more thing I want to touch on real quick, because it's getting to that time now where the teams are starting to separate them out next weekend. All right, Tiger Woods out, according to breaking news out of The Scoop with The Scoop. Tiger Woods officially out next weekend for the U.S. Open. That sucks. I mean, it sucks because of the viewership is what I'm saying. But that does suck. But anyway, there's one more thing, because we're talking about baseball, and we're talking about teams that are still in it to win it, right? But there's also teams that are looking to sell, right? The trade deadline is going to be here before you know it. And you just mentioned trading Hicks and trading Gallo. And while I think they can't do that because nobody's going to want them, there are a couple names to keep your eye on towards the trade deadline. Just a couple teams, because there's a lot of farm system dudes that nobody has a clue of who they are except for Gooch or Rube or Ibby or my boy. I can't think of his name right now. Fuck. All right, never mind. Somebody who knows the minor league system more than I do. But there's plenty of minor leaguers out there that could be dished here and there. But there are a couple big names out there that could potentially be dealt at the deadline. The Red Sox, who are right now in complete free fall, even though they won a couple games here and there, I still think they don't have a Joe DeMayo. Thank you, Matt. I don't know. This is my boy Joe, and I'm just like, I'm an asshole. I can't even. I'm like just totally lost on that one. Anyway. There's the Red Sox, who are in a free fall, who are probably not going to be in the running for division. They have a chance to trade a piece. How about a JD Martinez to join a team? Somebody would definitely kick the tires on a JD Martinez. The Guardians, possibly trading Ahmad Rosario. Was it the Met? That's the same Rosario as the Mets? Yeah, right? Him. Guardians. Here's the one I starred, and I said 1,000% yes, who I want. Andrew Benintendi. Ugh. I know. He's one of those Josh Donaldson guys where like, ugh, he's crushed us so many times. But that guy is a good ball player, and probably will not be that expensive to go and grab. I would love him to be out there. Dude, if he could take the spot of either Hicks or Gallo in that lineup. Benintendi is the kind of guy that you want in New York. I want him. Anyway, a guy we know both because we both owned him 10 years ago in fantasy, Josh Bell. All right, so he's out there. And then, of course, the Reds could dish off Luis Castillo because they just are absolutely shit right now. And they won't get any better, so they might as well have a fire sale.
The Red Sox, I think, aren't necessarily sellers quite yet, but I know that they're typically in seasons in the past, their ownership has just completely said, you know what, fuck it, we're going to sell. I think it might not be that season, this season, because I think Alex Cora is just not going to let that happen.
They're not going to roll over and die, but I'm just saying, the way the Yankees keep playing the way they're playing.
JD Martinez contract dictates that there's really no reason to keep him around. He's a liability in the field. And I think that there is a contender that will probably give up decent prospects. So for that reason, baseball decision wise, it could work out for the Red Sox.
But is it though? I'd be saying Castillo's going to cost a ton. Like the Reds are completely dead. Like, are they going to include him in the rebuild? I guess. Why wouldn't you try to get multiple assets?
What we're talking about,
but not crazy.
It's going to cost a ton for a team to trade.
I agree. No, but
the reason being is the same deal when it comes to like NFL players. Is the timing of their contract? Like right now, if Castillo is the best pitcher available on a team that's sellers, out of all the teams that are selling, and he's like, look at the guy that's the best pitcher available, it's probably Castillo. Correct?
Yeah.
Like out of all the teams,
I would say so.
At least at this moment, I would say Castillo is the one that's prime candidate to be moved and the best one out of all the pitchers. So he's going to warrant the most, and it's going to just turn into a bidding war. That's why it costs money.
Just going to wind up on the Dodgers.
Not because the Reds are like, we're not trading him for – they're going to trade him for the best offer, and I think there's going to be multiple teams interested.
But even Rube, who hates the Yankees more than life itself, said Benny would be a smash for the Yankees. So I'm telling you, that's one of those guys that I would definitely keep my eye on. I don't know if they're sellers.
To me, it's like I hate him more than I've hated Josh Donaldson. I don't hate him because he – like he says, a douchebag. I hate him because of the Red Sox. Like I hated Dustin Pedroia.
Pedroia was number one on my punchable list.
They're my two most hated players of all time. Four most hated players of all time is Kurt Schilling, Josh Beckett, Dustin Pedroia, and Andrew Benintendi. I can't
really. He's up there.
Fucking hate him.
Yeah.
Wow. What, you too?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, guess what? I'll take him in my lineup tomorrow. How would you feel about Johnny Damon when he came over?
No, Rube, I actually love you. I hate your Mets fanhood, and the Bears, it's kind of cute that you like the Bears because that's irrelevant. But the Mets, you might, my dad asked me yesterday, he's like, do you want the Mets and the Yankees to play? And I was like, you know me, I always like that shit. But I don't feel great about it.
No.
Like in a 7-game series, if those
so now you're coming around. You don't want that. It would be
I
cool,
still want it.
but it's not something you were rooting for.
Well, let's be real. The Red Sox last year didn't have the Red Sox last year was rolling out Nathan Eovaldi in the playing game. We wouldn't have to fit, like to me, yeah, I want that. I don't want to face DeGrom.
Kind of cute is the most disrespectful thing that's ever been said to me. I fucking love Rube. But I'm telling you right now, as much as it's not even a pipe dream, it's a realistic possibility that in 2022, we have ourselves a Subway Series. It could happen, right? Like the Mets are playing very well. I'm not touching any money. The Yankees are playing well. Right now, both teams are on fuego, okay? But I would say that it's the worst possible thing for the Yankees to go to a World Series and then lose to the Mets. It would be catastrophically
Mets fans
bad.
Want that because they really don't have anything to lose in that situation.
The Mets don't have anything to lose. The Yankees really have everything
other than
lose.
the World Series, but it's like you get it. I know Met fan understand. Like obviously, if you're in the World Series because you lose, you have something to lose.
Because the Yankee fans, and I'm not talking about myself or Gooch or anybody who roots for the Yankees, or no, it's not true. Just me and him. But I'm saying like the Yankees right now. The Yankee fans, a majority of them, always look at the Mets like little brother is never going to worry about it. I don't give a shit. We're going to beat them up. We already beat them up in 2000.
I am officially on notice right now. I can admit that the Mets are legit.
I've been saying it. I've been saying it for weeks, months. Like this team won't roll over and die. And I said this to Rube yesterday or today on Twitter. I said that the New York Mets right now, if this was a couple years ago, Mets with all these injuries, forget it. Back up the trucks, back them up, turn this place into a parking lot. Okay, it would be over. The season would be done, dead and buried by June. This Mets team, I can't say nothing. They're really, 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 really going to do good things this year if they keep it up. I'm with Scoop. I'm not a bitch, but I don't want to see.
Who would you rather see, the Mets or the Dodgers? Probably the Mets.
Probably the Dodgers.
No.
Dodgers are loaded. They should be there.
They should be there, considering the fact that they just paid $47 million for going over the luxury.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
But they still don't have the highest payroll in baseball.
No.
The Mets do.
Well,
exactly. Janine coming in. No Yankees and Mets World Series. We can't handle this. No way.
It's like the Mets don't really have the highest payroll in baseball because they don't have Cano on their team. So I think it's skewed a little bit. Like that $40 million is off, even though they're paying it. It counts towards the luxury tax, but it doesn't count on they're not paying him to play.
Yeah. Well, in any event,
gray area.
It has been a show. It has been a good one. As I said, I love when Gooch comes in here on a Tuesday and he's like, well, it's probably going to be a shorter show. Never is. Ever, ever, ever. There's always something to talk about. That's why we like doing it. Love doing it. So also, I want to bring it up before we get out of here that we are officially launching with Hater Fantasy Sports again. The nice little partnership there. We had a meeting with those guys yesterday, the marketing team over at Bear Marketing out of California, I believe. They're going to be doing football, baseball. I believe they're going to touch NASCAR. I'm not really sure yet. But again, we can explain all that as it gets closer. I believe that partnership is going to kind of start around July. It's definitely a cool thing. Definitely a cool concept. I'll just inform you, Nick, on what it is. You play fantasy sports?
Yep.
Okay. Well, imagine turning it all over and drafting the worst players on purpose to try to win with the lowest score possible. It's never been done. It's got a patent. They're done with all the red tape. Those guys are going to launch, and the relationship between Chop Sports and them are great. Also, one more shout out to our boys and girls over at Artie. We'll be talking to them today, I believe, at 3 o'clock. They're going to give me another crash course because I tried to do that shit this morning. And I wanted to put my head through a wall. I was like, this is some complicated shit, and I can't really figure it out. But we will, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to bring a whole bunch of new noise to the Chop Sports Daily. And as you can see behind us, we took down the shelves. So the shelves are gone because all of this area, all this is it's for Artie. It's for all this stuff.
Augmented reality.
There it is. Augmented reality. It starts very soon. Rube, you took the words out of my mouth, brother. Let's go, Rangers. Let's effing go. Get this shit done tonight. Put your foot, skate, and blade on the throat of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Down.
I will not settle down. The 2 cups of coffee have done me justice, and I think the whole Deshaun Watson thing went really off the rails. But anyway.
No, I think that was a good segment.
Please, if you guys are watching this, like this video right now before you get out of here. There's a couple of you watching right now at the very tail end. Please go like the video. I want the biggest like total of all time today. I want that. So do me a solid. So that's it. So for Sturch, Gooch, and of course, Nick behind the glass, this has been another episode of the Chop Sports Daily. We'll be back tomorrow to hopefully see the Rangers up 3-1. Of course, Gooch rooting for the latter. He wants the series knotted up at 2. And we'll also preview the NBA. Wait, they don't even play tomorrow either, do they?
No, they do. It's Wednesday.
I think they're playing Thursday.
I think it's Wednesday.
Is it? Is it Thursday? Please, God, for the love of God, please be tomorrow. They played Sunday. I think it's one. Yeah. Okay. Thank God. We'll preview that tomorrow. Lightning minus 175 today. Scoop. Suck it. All right. Because if that's the way you're betting, don't text me. Don't text. Don't be like, oh, the Raiders, and like start talking like you knew what you're talking about. I'll expose you, bro. I'll expose you. Anyway, let's get out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see you.